Hey guys, Chris here, and today we're going to be looking at the Series 19 CMF minifigures and how to display them in the IKEA rubber frame. As you can see here, this has got the glass on to stop them from getting dusty, and they also neatly fit in so they don't pop out and the glass makes them nice and clean. So I'm going to show you how to do that, but I'm also going to go through every single one of the figures quickly and whether you want to get them and add them to your collection. Okay, so first up here we have the video game champ, and he's got a really cool Xbox looking controller and a video game which says Space Game on it, which actually that character there is a minifig in an earlier series which we'll see later on in the channel. But as you can see, he's got bright green hair here, really cool printing on his torso with these metal bits that pop off, and he also does have an alternate face. So obviously a much grumpier face here, which I'm guessing he's lost his tournament or his game in which he was playing, probably Call of Duty or something like that. Next we have the shower guy with his scrubber and his green rubber ducky. I think this is a new colour for that rubber ducky there. But other than that, he's just a yellow minifig with slight printing on the back there, and he has suds underneath his towel, but I'm not going to take the towel off because it's an absolute nightmare to get back on. And I believe he also does have an alternate face under this cap because of the way the cap is. There we go, he's a much happier chappy in that one, and he's not being disrupted by somebody or someone walking in on him and he's embarrassed. So all in all, quite a cool minifig. I'd probably use him in my Lego City in the shower at some point in one of the houses. Here we have the Rugby Player, and as you can see, he's got a really cool rugby ball which is unique, this unique printing. I'm sure they'll use this as an American football at some point with the lace on it in a different colour. But pretty simple build, no double printing on the legs, dual moulding, sorry. And he's got dual moulding on the arms though. And he does have this beaten face, which looks like it's post-match because the other face that he has is pre-match. So this is obviously pre-career or pre-match where he hasn't had his teeth knocked out. And the other one is post-match where he's looking a bit worse for wear, but I think that one has so much character and detail in it that I wanted to use that one for displaying him. Next we have the Fox Lady with her chicken. So she's supposed to be in a costume, I think, but she's still lapping her lips at the look of the chicken, and she has a bag ready to put the chicken in. She's got a really cool fox tail and dual moulded legs here. And if I show you the other side with her printed face, it is just a smirk, which I think the other one has a lot more character, which is why I display it with the other face. Next we have this Fire Lady with really nice printing, giving her orders. She's got printed side arms and side legs and back printing, and this really cool fireman speaker. The problem is that it's just a fireman. A lot of people get these in the Lego City set, so it's a little bit of a wasted minifig in my opinion, but I do like the dual moulded hat with the hairpiece underneath, and I like her expression of the shouting her orders or warning people to get out of a building. And she does have an alternate face as well for more of a day-to-day where she's not shouting at people, or she may be driving a fire engine or something. Next we have looks like a Queen Pharaoh, but she is in mummy gear. She's got a golden scorpion, and the reason that she's in mummy gear is she is in fact a zombie queen. So she's obviously come out of her tomb, and she dazzles people with her normal face, but then she can turn into this zombie face. I much prefer this zombie face. I think it looks a lot cooler. It's a bit different. Next we have the Explorer. Now he's one of my favourite minifigures in this collection. I think he looks so cool. His printing's awesome. He has this really cool Indiana Jones hat. And although he doesn't have a double printed face because you would see it, he has this really cool dual molded backpack. The magnifying glass is awesome as always. And he has this chameleon. Chameleon is so cool. Really nice printing on him. I really like the printing on the chameleon. So all in all, he's a really cool minifigure and definitely one of my favourites of this collection. Next we have this programmer, this female programmer. Now she is really cool, and I love some of the details they've done on this. She has first and foremost, her two accessories. She has a white laptop that looks like a Hewlett-Packard laptop with the Lego logo on the back. We've seen this in lots of other colours before, but I think this is the first time we've seen it in white. And then she has this robo cat or dog. I think it's a dog that she's holding, which has like little tracks and things. And then on her t-shirt she actually has binary, but the binary actually spells out Lego in binary, which is quite a clever little touch there. She's got this really cool hair. I like the hair bunched up at the top. And then she also does have dual molded leg printing, which is just very similar to her other expression there. But all in all, really cool minifigure. Do like this girl a lot. Next we have this bear costume guy, and he's basically an unofficial Care Bear by all the looks of it. He's got a yellow and blue legs with a pink waist, which is really, really weird. And then he has two completely different coloured arms and hands. It comes with a rainbow tile and a heart tile. But what's really creepy is underneath all this, and I think it's so that the mask can fit on, and there's his face, which is a child's face, which is really, really weird. And also, he does have two facial expressions, which I think is quite peculiar, seeing as he has the bear's head. But anyhow, that is what it is. All in all, a bit of a weird minifigure, but I do like him. Next, we have another costume guy, except for this guy is basically a pizza. He's called Pizza Costume Guy. He has no printing on his body, so I'm not going to bother taking off his pizza head, and he also has no alternate face either. But he does have some really cool trousers in these checkered pattern. And he has this pizza board, which apparently is only $1 for pizza. Which is not bad at all for a slice of pizza. But the pizza slice is basically a recolored version of the watermelon slice we got in the Lego Movie 2 sets. Next we have Galactic Bounty Hunter. Now this guy's really cool. I love his wanted sign he's got with a generic minifig on it. Very futuristic looking. And he's got a gun as well. All in black with these shoulder pads. And what looks like, I don't know whether it is or not, I might be mistaken, but it actually looks like Ant-Man's helmet, but coloured in a different colour. You'll see he's actually got a blue face, so he's obviously an alien within the Lego world. And he does have back printing on his head, very subtle, so you could actually change it to that and him looking a bit like a robot, but I believe that's just meant to be the back of his head. But he's a really cool minifigure, definitely a cool one to add to the collection, and this year's alien/sci-fi character. Okay, now this minifigure here was a very desirable one. She's known as Gardener, and she's desirable not for the character herself, but actually for the flamingo piece that she comes with, which is supposed to be here a garden ornament. It's actually made of two pieces of plastic. One's like a rubberized plastic, and then the stem's actually a hard plastic, but it means that it should be quite durable. And she's got these really funky printed trousers, funky printed top, and then she's got green hands to represent gardening gloves, and this really cool pale purple hair. Now weirdly, she doesn't have a double-sided print face, even though she could have one, but I think that's to lower the cost of the minifigure with her additional accessory here. All in all, a really cool minifigure though. This was another hard one for me to actually acquire. I couldn't get any of these in the Lego shop and had to buy them online. But this guy's known as the Monkey King. Now he comes with a really cool headpiece and gold lightsabers connecting to a red rod. He's got dual molded legs, and he's got this really cool shoulder pads with a unique print as well. Sorry, not unique print, a unique cloth that basically turns out in two ends so that his tail can fit through. And he does have a double-sided head, this side being a very grumpy expression. This one was another super popular minifigure this series, and again I had to buy this one separately online, but she was amazing. She's basically called Dog Sitter, and you can see why. She has two dogs, a Dachshund and a French Bulldog. And what's really cool is it also comes with dog poo and a dog pooper scooper in the form of a green shovel. She does have a secondary face, which obviously looks like she has smelt something bad, or she's had to pick up the dog poo, which I think is quite a funny expression actually. I might change her to be her main expression, because at the moment I've got her very happy, which she probably shouldn't be with all this poo around. Okay, this one was another one I had to buy online, because basically you could feel that motorbike a mile away with inside the pack. She's known as obviously Mountain Biker. This is a unique colour of the mountain bike, I believe. Hasn't been used anywhere else. And she just is super cool. I mean, you definitely want to have her in your collection. But she has the mountain bike, she has the mountain glasses on as well, the cool sunglasses, and she does have an alternate face under this dual molded helmet, which is also a really cool helmet, which is her without the glasses. So if you don't like the sporty look of the glasses, you can take them off. And she looks super keen to be getting on and dirt rallying around. And last but not least, there's one called Fright Night, and he has really cool armour on. Really cool. He sort of looks almost glow in the dark with the pale colours, but he isn't glow in the dark. He has this translucent sword and translucent fire piece on the top of his helmet. And he also has a very pale blue face as well. Really hard to see in this light actually, and it's actually quite pale in real life. But when you put the helmet on, you can't really see the face through it anyway. But that is the last one in the collection. Now I'll show you how to put them in the frame. Okay, so as before in the previous DC minifig collection, I'll now show you how you put them in the river frames. These are back things that I've ordered from Etsy, but they're pretty easy to make. It basically is two inverted roof tiles, and then you can easily add the actual stand that comes in the minifigure packet onto them. The only one that's different here, actually there's two that are different here that I'll show you how to do, which is the dog sitter and the mountain biker. As you can see, the mountain biker here has a little nose cone, which you can then clip in the bottom of the bike, which I'll show you in a second. And the dog sitter I had to change because the dogs won't fit on the standard tile that it comes with. So let's go through all of them really quickly. First up in the top left is the video game guy. Now, I just have to make sure everything's flat to fit into the river frame. So basically what I've done is that I just put the tile pieces on 1 by 1 point studs, like so then it's easy to then arrange them however I want to have them, and they don't pop off. So he's really easy. Other than that, the Xbox controller just clips on the back. Pop him in. Next is the shower guy. Now you just have to make sure all of his stuff is straight so that it doesn't hit on the glass. Other than that, he is pretty easy to put in. Next is the rugby player. Now I tend to put the borders a little bit down so that he's got a little bit of clearance off the glass, but other than that, he is pretty straightforward to put in as well. Next is the fox costume person. Now with this one, you just have to make sure the bag isn't sticking out too much, that's fine, and obviously he also has his little chicken. So I usually put the chicken on the bottom. Next is the firefighter. Now I'd love to have her out like that with the cone, but it just won't because of the glass, so you just have to lower the cone down a little bit, but I still like the shouting face, so I have that as the main one. Next is the mummy queen. You have to decide which way around you want her face to go, because obviously she has two very unique different faces, but I like the zombie one, so I'm going to put her on the edge and the scorpion on the floor like the chicken. Next is the jungle explorer. Now he also has a little the chameleon, so I'll put the chameleon on in the bottom, and then the jungle explorer with making sure his magnifying glass is down as well, because it will knock into the glass. The programmer lady, you have to make sure the dog is down at the bottom and the laptop is nice and flat. Bear costume guy, just make sure that if they do knock into, it should be okay, but the rainbow piece can be a bit tricky. Pizza costume guy, again he's got a stud put on the back just to make it easier to spin it around however I want, and it shouldn't ping off as easily. The Galactic bounty hunter can't hold his tile on the side, so you have to actually push it down so it doesn't hit the glass, sadly, but you can still see it and it still looks okay. The gardener, she's the same with any other character that has an animal. Just put the animal on the side. Now, this one's a difficult one, and if you've seen in my previous video of how I do these characters with tails, what I do is I actually, if you can, which you can with this character, is I turn his head round and his face can still fit on fine. And then I put them in sort of walking pose or a side pose, and that way then the tail won't knock into the glass and he has ample room around the glass. Now, the really tricky one, which is the dog. She has obviously two dogs. So how I've managed to get around this, and I also put both the poos on as well, is I actually put the bulldog, you can see him, with a poo on the back on a 2x2 plate. And then I clip him on the back. And then I put the Pooper Scooper lady and her dog, making sure the spade's in so that it doesn't knock on the glass. And another poo in front at the back, like so. Now, I'll zoom in here so you can see. But as you can see, she now has two extras at the front. And so how I do that is, you can have a 4x1 tile, but I only have two small 1x2s, so I just put them in the front. like so. And she looks like all the others now, but with both dogs. The next one, which is the mountain biker, I'll also zoom in on this just to make it easier. Just move the camera. There we go. Now I position the mountain biker on the bike, and then what you actually do is you pop where the feet should go, you pop into the nose cone. I think I'll have her this way, that way, or the other way. This way. I'm going to show you with that going out. So as you can see, it's really cool on the display. We'll just pop the display back on the camera. And last but not least is the Fright Night, which really easy. Just make sure that everything's straight and out of the way and flat. And that's it, and that's all the minifigures in the IKEA rubber frame, and they're all neat and easy to display on the wall, which allows you to collect a lot more of these series minifigures and put them on your wall so that they're neat and out of the way. So this is the second one that I've done on this channel. Hopefully you liked it. Please like and subscribe, and I'm going to be trying to get one of these out every week to show you all the series that I currently have. I don't have them all, sadly, but hopefully that is my end goal. But thanks for watching. See you in the next one.